Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, February 3rd, 2014 at 10:57 p.m. This is Meteorologist Eric Drewitz here with the New York State Regional Forecast Center, bringing you your latest forecast. So, looking over the region, current conditions, generally looks like, we're in the 30s, low 30s, upper 20s across Long Island here. New York City again, lower 30s, upper 20s. And when I look a little bit more upstate, it looks like we're in the low 20s, upper teens, more so in single digits when you get more out towards Buffalo and Rochester. But for this forecast, I'm going to mostly forecast actually on my specific region, my favorite region, which is Long Island and New York City, because you guys are going to have been hitting me with questions all day, and I've got hit with enough questions. I felt like I should make a video, even though, at least for Wednesday, a lot of questions I got hit with were for Monday, but Monday is still too far out and the models aren't in complete agreement yet, so I don't think there's the validity on that forecast for Monday right now is pretty much zero. But let's focus on Wednesday, because Wednesday is the next weather event, and Wednesday is the school day, and Wednesday is our next thing. So let's take a look, looking at the 1,000 to 500 millibar thickness. So right now, based on the latest weather patterns, as I usually said, that the 540 line is the rain snow line, but in this case now, actually, I would go with the 546 is the rain snow line, because today it was snowing in Manhattan, and when you looked at the models, latest model thicknesses, it was the 546 decameter line was over Manhattan, but not the 540 line. The 540 line was a little more upstate. So I would go with the 546 this time of year for the rain snow line, just for this instance. So anyway, taking a look, this is the 0Z run of the NAM. So this is at 7 p.m. today, 0Z today. Looks like it's below freezing for the whole region. 540 is well off the coast. 546, I said it, which I'm using for the rain snow line now. It's well off the coast. Got some cool air in here. As I said, we're in the 30s to upper 20s. So let's look a little bit more towards Wednesday. So this is 0Z Wednesday, or 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. And as you see, you got this system to the west back here, which is moving to from the southwest to the northeast into the region. And this is now 6Z Wednesday, and according to the NAM, 6Z Wednesday, the storm is literally, the synoptic system is literally right on our doorstep. It's already in, Jersey, Pennsylvania. It's right on the doorstep of Long Island and New York City. And this is 12Z Wednesday, and this is a very tough call. I mean, I'll say quick, for Oswego, we're pretty much all going to get snow. I mean, 540s all the way down here, very southern area of Delaware County, North Sullivan County. Although this is a tough call, because, lately there's been, forecasts, forecast discussions saying Long Island's going to get maybe like 3 to 6 inches of snow, but then a quarter to a half inch of ice. I'd say Long Island will get significant icing, because it's pretty much right around the rain snow line. You might have like an icy layer in here. However, it's kind of hard to tell just based on the thickness, because I use this as the rain snow line, so it looks like Long Island's going to be getting into rain. But later we'll look at some forecast soundings to check for icing and stuff, because soundings are good for checking for precipitation type. So now storm by 18Z or 1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. The heaviest part is starting to pull out of the region. But it looks like, as I said, I'll go back another to 12Z. This is 7 a.m. Wednesday morning, as I forgot to say. So around your morning commute, things are looking not so good. According to the NAM, I'd say definitely the kids are going to have a snow day Wednesday without a doubt. If the precipitation's like that, but if it is snow or ice, they're going to have a snow day. As I said, I'll look at forecast soundings later, and yeah, as you see, cold air builds in when you get on the backside like usual, and this is 12Z Friday, and 1,500 millibar thickness is about 528 decameters, so below freezing, probably. Alright, so here's the 18Z run on the GFS, so 1 p.m. today, conditions. So let's go. So this is 0Z Wednesday, again, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. You got your synoptic system down here that's moving to the northeast. And this is 6Z Wednesday. The GFS still has it somewhat on our doorstep, but not as close as the NAM did. The heavy precip was more so like around here, so West Virginia area with the NAM. Here with the GFS, it's still down in like Tennessee and Kentucky, but it's going to still push to northeast. And then now this is 12Z Wednesday or 7 a.m. Wednesday morning, and as you see, actually, the GFS is hinting at a little bit colder because the 546 line is right over the island instead of in northern Westchester, southern Connecticut. So if this holds true, I think the kids are on Wednesday morning. Schools are definitely going to be closed because you guys are right on that rain-snow line, so I'm feeling there's going to be a significant icing. And this is during the morning commute, actually, right now, 7 a.m. And now 1 p.m. Pulls out of here. We're starting to get on that back end of the storm, so you're getting more of that northwesterly flow. Cooler air coming, cold air vection. And as you see, it stays, we stay in a trough. This is 60 Saturday. Thickness is 528 decameters. I mean, I'll take a quick look at, the weekend storm, but it's still too early to predict what's going to happen. Anyway, 6Z Sunday, so 12Z Sunday. So this is 18Z, 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon at 18Z. You have this synoptic system moving from the southwest into the northeast. And so by 0Z Monday, the 546 line is still off the coast, so you'll still be seeing snow. And you got your really heavy precip right over here. But then 6Z, it looks like the heavy precip staying offshore, but you might be getting some of that northeasterly flow, so you might be looking at a good full-blown nor'easter. But it still looks a little bit on the warm side, considering 552 is like... considering Long Island's in between 546 and 552, it doesn't look as cold as it should be. But again, this is this is like about a week in advance, so the validity of this forecast for Sunday and to Monday is pretty invalid anyway. But it looks like you're gonna get some wrap around here on the backside. Looking at the what the models look like and the GFS, and then as you can tell when you go really far out, as like I say, I don't like looking at forecasts 300 something hours out, because look how low resolution this is now. The graphics really are a lot less fine and a lot more coarse. Alright, so this is the 12Z European run, and so this was run at 7 a.m. today, and has had this synoptic system that was today pull out. And let's go. This is again 7 p.m. tomorrow night, 0Z Wednesday. Synoptic system is going to be moving from the southwest to the northeast into our region, and let me go back one. Yeah, the Euro has it a little bit farther west, at 6Z, so not so much on our doorstep. Still, heaviest precip's going to be pushing into our region. And then now this is 12Z. Again, the Euro still has it to our west. Heaviest precip's over Pennsylvania. Long Island's pretty much right on the 546 line, the North Shore. and then it passes through. This is 18Z, so it looks like the heaviest precip is going to be passing through the region a little bit later, according to the Euro. And then cold air will be building in. And then now let's look. This is 18Z Sunday, or 1 p.m. Sunday. It looks like you got this storm coming up the coast. 540 line is right on the south shore of the island. Then the Euro has the storm more out to sea than the GFS did, but also at the same time the Euro has the temperature is trending colder because the 540 line is still off the coast, so even a little more so, and it looks like Long Island might be more on the back end, cold air advection, backing winds with height, and then 6Z Monday, actually Long Island's completely on getting the northeasterly flow. Good nor'easter, it looks like, according to Euro. You got a band of heavier precip, and then it's out of here by 18Z Monday. So let's look at the current. Let's look at the temperatures. So this is the. Oh, that's weird. It looks like I have to go back to the 12Z run for that. Didn't finish printing out. No problem. Another thing I forgot to show you, but current radar. I forgot to show you just because current radar. It doesn't look like anything's going on right now over the area. There was nothing really going on much over here either. So I'll go back to the temperatures. So let's look at the 0Z NAM. So as we go, what's 0Z Wednesday? Warm air over the warm sector of the storm of this synoptic mid-latitude cyclone that's going to be coming into the northeast on Wednesday. It looked like there was actually going to be a good temperature gradient because I saw temperatures in the 70s off the coast, actually, like off the coast around Virginia and stuff on the high-res NAM earlier. But I saw like the DC area could get to around 60, but then Long Island's only get to like freezing about. So 60, still above freezing temperatures on the island. Literally, the freezing line goes right through New York City, but then 12Z it pushes more towards the south and east. Then it basically lingers there until 6Z Thursday when it finally goes more south. But then at the end, it looks like cold air is going to be building into the back. Building in when we get on the back end of that's the storm. So next this is the 18Z GFS. So hold on. There you go. So the GFS has a little colder. The freezing line looks like it's over like the Suffolk Nassau border about. Instead of like over here in New York City, and then it kind of lingers there, and then 60 Thursday, and then you see really the cold air up here really coming down and in on the back side of the system. So then we'll look at the 12Z Euro. And hold on. So the Euro has it about the same as the NAM did. Freezing line pretty much right over the city. Then it lingers, moves south a little bit, and 0Z Thursday, cold air starts breaking out in the region, building in, and so it's a tough call to see on this one if it's going to be rain or snow. let's look at some. Let's look at the QPF fields, I guess, quick. I'm not gonna spend much time on this. This is just showing how much precip is gonna be coming our way. So this is 0Z. This is 0Z Wednesday, and as you see, 12Z Wednesday, Long Island's gonna be between a half and a 3/4 of an inch of liquid equivalent to whatever type of precip is falling. And this is at 7 a.m. Wednesday. So then that should be moving out of the region. This is the 18Z GFS. So this is 0Z Wednesday, and as you see, precip really building into the area. Sorry for the gaps in the model run. That I don't know what's with that. So 6Z Wednesday, 18Z Wednesday. I don't know what's the problem is with AccuWeather Pro right now. It just won't show me that. Anyway, let's look at the let's first look at the high resolution. So this is the 0Z one of the 4 km high res NAM, which I'm showing you right now. So this shows you I like the reflectivity. Sorry, I'm pretty tired right now. Anyways, this is today at initialized today at 0Z, and as you see, clouds are going to be building into the region. And now this is 4Z on Wednesday. You see the snow really starting to build into the Oswego area, and then you see most areas, like a wide scale area, have a reflectivity of at least 20 dBz's. So that's pretty good. Pretty good synoptic snow. You have smaller areas like this area in the northern Fairfield into Litchfield County, Connecticut, southwest Massachusetts by Pittsfield, Dutchess County, southern Ulster, northern Orange, Putnam counties. You have a lot of looks like you're gonna have some pretty heavy precipitation around 10Z Wednesday morning. So 5 a.m. Looks like probably some heavy snow, sleet, freezing rain, wintry precipitation. Because these areas look like they're going to have reflectivities of at least 35 dBz's, so that's pretty significant. So where was I in this? 10Z, yes. So as now you see the storm pulling out, by 0Z Thursday for most places. And then completely pretty much by 3Z Thursday, and you could really see the Hudson Valley area getting pounded with snow and ice. So just gotta let this load. All right, cool. So let's look at 0Z tomorrow night. And temperatures look like they're going to be in like the 30s for the island, and then 20s for everywhere else. And then it looks like the temperatures are going to be staying constant for a while. This is now 12Z Wednesday. And it looks like parts of the island are like going to be below freezing. As you see, it says it's 31 here in I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Islip or Woodbury. I'll say Islip. 31 there in Islip. Then 35 at West Hampton. So maybe on the east end you're going to see more mixing and more rain. But then on the northeast Nassau, northwest Suffolk, northwest Nassau, basically the hills in the North Shore, you're going to see more snow and ice instead of ice and rain. Then as you see after, the cold air is going to really when we get on the back end, the cold air is really going to be building into the region. as temperatures decrease. Next, I'll show you the QPF for the high res. So this is 0Z Wednesday. So nothing's fallen yet, but now this is 12Z Wednesday, and you see Long Island has about between a quarter and a half inch of precip already of liquid equivalent. And then you see, at the end of the storm when it pulls out, after it pulls out 12Z Thursday, some places could see a little bit upwards of an inch of liquid equivalent. So this is going to be a pretty decent storm. Now let's move on to the forecast soundings like I promised. So let's look at the NAM first. Sorry, the internet's been very slow at school lately in the rooms. I don't know why. Takes a while for these things to load. There we go. Internet's not usually that slow. Alright, I'm going to pinpoint the sounding over East Northport, just because that's my hometown, and I'll pinpoint it actually right where I live on the street. Let's get the forecast sounding for the East Northport area. Okay, I don't know why it has it over this. I'll just put it over the town. I don't know why it had it over the sound. It still does. Oh well. Maybe it's just the closest sounding station to the town. Anyway, so this is the 0Z NAM, and I'm gonna go try to find where 0Z Wednesday is. Just hold on, just let it load. As I said, the internet's been not cooperating lately. Okay, so here's the forecast sounding for 0Z Wednesday. As I showed you, is the calm before the storm. The storm's still to the southwest. As you see, it's very dry up here, up between 800 and, well, actually between the surface really and about 600 millibars. It's very dry. Winds are from the east, veering to southwest with height. And then as I look forward, let's look. I'm not gonna bother looking at 3Z, considering I remember the models on the big screen had it had the storm coming in on our doorstep at 6Z. So this is 6Z Wednesday, and it's looking, from what it looks like, to be a lot more moist, but it looks like, however, temperatures are going to be just at slightly above freezing. So now it's looking like the winds are going to be backing with that. You got that northeasterly flow at the surface. Then you got more of a southeast easterly flow little higher up, and then 850 millibars due to a southwesterly flow. So it looks like eastern reports are going to be on the western side of the storm track, which is good for snow. So now this is let's look at 12Z. Really just going to look at the 12Z soundings because that's where most of the precip looks like it's going to be here, and that's where the morning commute is. And as you see, the 12Z sounding has a very good profile. Actually, temperature, according to NAM, temperature right at freezing or below freezing. But it looks like there's a bit of a temperature inversion, as you see. I'll point out, very moist, up to 100, about fairly decently moist, up to about 150 millibars actually, which is very deep. Backing winds with height, as you see, turn counterclockwise as we go up. But there's a little bit of an inversion, as you see, and it looks like the temperature might be around 750 millibars. Could be slightly at or above freezing. So with the temperature over there being slightly at or above freezing, and it being at freezing at the surface, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some icing, some sleet, or freezing rain in the area. Just like I said, it was right on the rain snow line, and the forecast soundings are showing the same thing. Temperature at the surface below freezing, and then rain. And this is actually a very good sounding for freezing rain. You pretty much at freezing at the ground. You have a decently sized temperature inversion, actually, almost almost 5 degrees above Celsius above freezing. So about 40 degrees. Around around 750 millibars. And you had that backing wind with height, but so you have a cold air advection. But since you have that temperature inversion, you're going to get in a decently moist profile, you're going to get some freezing rain. And this is 12Z Wednesday. The other one, I'm sorry, my bad. The other one was 9Z, but still looks like good icing. At 9Z. 12Z, 9Z looked more like for sleet, and 12Z looked more for freezing rain. But again, 15Z, it looks just to be at freezing at the surface. Backing winds with height, very moist, up to about 300 millibars, and then over. Actually, this is really good for freezing rain here at 15Z because it's above freezing at 850 millibars. And then you just got that nice little cold wedge by the surface, but you got that temperature inversion, so the precipitation starts off with snow in the clouds, but then it's going to melt. Then it's going to refreeze when it hits the surface, which is freezing rain. But if it freezes before contact, it's sleet. If it freezes if it freezes on contact, it's freezing rain. Freezing rain is the real danger, because freezing rain is when you get outside, when outside turns into an ice rink. So let's look at the GFS and see if that compares. But just wait for that to load quick. Sucks how it takes forever. So okay, so this is the 00 on the GFS, but even though it didn't finish printing out yet, I don't need to look 78 hours out. So let's look. So we'll start off calm before the storm. 0Z tomorrow night. Again, a very dry layer right here. You can see the green line, which is the dew point. It's not close to the red line at all, which is the actual temperature. So since they're not close, therefore it's dry for all you non-met majors. And so let's forward to 6Z. Looks a lot more moist. Still dry. Still a little dry slot around the surface. Temperatures around freezing. We'll go to 9Z, which is where things, according to the NAM, started looking more interesting. So it looks like right now, at 9Z, according to GFS, it's going to be all snow. You got that cold air advection, the backing winds with height. So it looks very moist actually, up to 200 millibars. So very deep layer of moisture, which is great. Zero Z, I mean the zero Celsius line. I'm sorry about that. Rain snow line is right here. So it looks like since the precipitation at all the levels is going to be below freezing, it's going to be all snow, according to GFS and 9Z. It was a little icy, more so sleet, according to the NAM, but it looks like it's going to be all snow at 9Z. However, when we get to 12Z, things probably look a little different. When we get to 12Z, it's still below freezing at the surface, but just at or maybe slightly above freezing, around 850 millibars. So you can get some sleet or freezing rain mixed in there, since that are above, slightly above there. And then actually 15Z, according to the GFS, actually shows either some rain, because it shows surface temperature, as you see, it's slightly above 0 degrees Celsius. And then you got this temperature inversion, so it's most likely going to be rain according to GFS at 15Z. So I guess that wraps up my forecast. So this is Eric Drewitz, meteorologist Eric Drewitz from the New York State Regional Forecast Center, signing off. Please like New York State Regional Forecast Center for your latest forecast updates and photos. Again, meteorologist Eric Drewitz signing off, and all of you have a beautiful day.